So let's look here at Erica's. I'm just looking at Erica's at the moment, and she's got a lot of noise in the background, and maybe she wants a bit more contrast, but this is working really well. So I'm going to show you now the next step. Okay, we've assigned colors, we've adjusted colors, we're moving into the cosmetic part. But this is where we're going to do our adjustments and our crops and our rotations. Okay, so remember the composition that we had for Van Gogh and how we want to lead the eye. Okay, so now what we're going to do is save our file again. Save it as an XCF file again, so we're not going to lose it.
Same name or different name?
Same name if you like, or different, depending on you. But I would probably save it under the same name. And now we're going to make a new image. Okay? And what we're going to do is do File, New. So we did it out of the top menu bar of the image that we were working on. And once again, we're going to go under Advanced Options, and we're going to make it black by clicking on Foreground. Okay. It's my new image. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the image we were working on, the XCF image. We're going to go to Edit, Copy Visible. If you just do a copy, it will go to the activated layer. So we want Copy Visible, and come over here, do an Edit, Paste, and then what we're going to do is we want to work on the whole thing. Now this is where we can do our anchor. So we're going to make this image into a flattened image by going to our layers and clicking on the anchor. Okay, that we're just with the background. Let me back up. Edit, undo. First, we want to change our mode from normal to screen, just in case we can add some more black to it. And then we're going to do our anchor. Okay? Now, this is going to be a good image, so we can save this image as a TIFF with no compression. And here's what I'm going to ask you to do this nice saved TIFF image. I'm going to ask you to use curves again. So we go to Colors, Curves, and watch this. You're now going to play with that background, Erica, and bring it down, right, to the values. So you play with your curves here to bring up your contrast. The next thing you're going to do is play with your crop and rotation to make your composition. We've got 5 minutes. When you want to make adjustments, if you click on some value here, it'll put the line where the value is. So this is very bright, it goes over there, and you can compare it to the histogram, right? It's at the bright end of the histogram. But here we want to work on this red here, so you would do this, and it tells you it's there. And if you want to boost that, then you can come here and try and boost it right where that red is. So it's a bit helpful. It's quite helpful, right? You might want to have pinned this back down here. You can see the difference between these two as well.
Oh, wow,
you pull this over, Erica, to one side. So you see how the adjustment is helping you? Okay, one thing that I wanted to add as well is that you'll find in your images sometimes, especially if you're doing, say, radio or X-ray images, your point sources are going to have colors like pink or whatever, and you want them to be white as if they were stars. So what you would do is take one of your filters and you would take that image and only keep in it the brightest values. So all of the other data would go away. So you would stretch it so that everything below a certain value would be black, okay? And then screen mode, that's going to become transparent and everything will show underneath it. And those bright point sources you can use as a mask, and they will overlay on top of your funny pink stars. And they will now become white stars.